It's an acoustic piano I can take with me. That was my thinking.
Right.
And it was just so complicated I didn't do anything with it, and I left it in the corner. And then I was like, wait a minute. See, I think in Providence, the creator of the universe broke my keyboard so that I would reach for the accordion.
Of course.
and pick it up. And so
It's
I did.
called synchronicity.
It might have been a witch.
I don't think it was a witch.
I don't either. But I picked up the accordion, and I love Mitch Hedberg. And you know Mitch Hedberg's got that bass, and it's funny as hell. But I can't do a bass. So I was like, what if I just do a little thing, a little lick? Yeah, and so I did that, and I was laughing like an idiot in the basement for hours, and I wrote a bunch of stupid one-liners, and I tried it that next Monday. 5 minutes I just wrote that one day.
Right.
And I got better response than I had ever gotten in the past year, so I kept writing for it. And I met up with that Scottish guy, and he had me feature for him, and I learned how to do 30 minutes on the road. And so the act hit me in November. I had an eye patch laying around from when that October I was Snake Plissken for Halloween.
Okay.
And I just had it lying around. I was like, let's use this too. Why not? It'll be fun. I just threw it on there. So I got my first paid gig in January, $20. It was 12 minutes. It's online, actually. It's not a very good set. And
So you earned every penny.
Yeah, I did. And I met up with this guy, and he needed somebody who he needed as a sap to help him pay for his road gigs. So he'd lie to me and say that he booked me as a feature when he knew he could finagle a guest spot, and then he'd say, "Oh, they double booked it. I'm sorry. It looks like you have just a guest spot. Sorry, they double booked it." And I'm like, "Oh, well, I'm stupid and young. I don't know any better."
Yeah.
But I did actually get to do some feature gigs. I actually booked some gigs where I just call a bar or a hotel and say we're doing the show, and it was sort of a grifter thing. So he was being a con man. He was all on board of it.
Right.
So we actually got to do some gigs and make a little money, and I learned how to feature and headline with French accent from being on the road for 3 months. So I appreciate it. I look at the $1,200 I got screwed out of when I had to leave that bus stop because he marooned me in Arkansas as a collegiate expense. But if I'm ever going to work with the guy, he's got to reimburse that, or I won't ever trust him. But anyway, that's just in case he ever catches on. I don't necessarily dislike the guy. Very talented, very funny guy. But
Google Scottish comedian.
But he's not actually Scottish.
You're not naming the name.
No,
he's actively not throwing any shade.
I'm not throwing any. That's the reason. I just don't want to throw any shade. He's a very talented guy. He's very funny. He'll pull your leg if you let him. But I learned a lot. So I can't fault that.
Right.
And so from then on, I was doing French accent, and that was 2012. I started substitute teaching so I could take any gig, And
so when did you move to LA?
2016, I bought an RV, and at that point, I quit. Go ahead.
No, so when you're on America's Got Talent, I live in an RV with Cat.
That's true. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a. Give me some work. I want to get out of the RV. So, but I got this 1978 Dodge Honey, which is a bed over the cab Class C RV of about 21 feet.
Oh wow!
And it got it for $2,200 with $84,600.
Oh, in college I totally thought about buying one.
Oh, it's worth doing.
For that mileage, that's
Oh
good.
yeah, and you know what?
Mom's cabin, the whole thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the whole. Let's see, I had it for 9 months, and after I sold it, it turned out I was out about $9,000. So that's like I had a car and an apartment for $1,000.
Exactly.
That's what you pay anyway.
Yep.
Right.
So it was just sometimes I was stressed because I was broke down somewhere, but I didn't lose any money on the property. I actually made enough money to get a Volkswagen Rialto, which is a much better vehicle.
Right.
But I came out here in 2016. I went up through Montana, Washington, Oregon, down through San Francisco, hit LA in October, went back home for Christmas, came back out through early March, went back home, saved up enough to get the better Rialto, then came back out again. I guess I made it by July, August, right around there, and I've been here ever since. I mean, I go home for Christmas and Easter. That's about it.
Right.
So I live in the RV. I shower at 24-hour fitness. I've got a shower in the RV, but it's sprinkle and then lather and sprinkle.
No, like it's not enough space in an RV.
No, if you've ever showered in an RV, it's an experience.
It is. It's very you're like, well, this is not fun, but I'm cleanish now.
Yeah.
I regret certain things. Like I thought, I would have bought that in college. I didn't end up buying.
It's fun.
It's weird, like random. I bought.
What did you buy
I did
in
buy
college?
a trailer. Like the first piece of property I ever owned was a very nice trailer at a trailer park owned by Donnie and Marie Osmond. In
Oh wow! Oh wow!
My first property.
Really?
That's amazing. That's
I
pretty
started
cool.
young.
I,
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I didn't know Donnie and Marie were.
Fucking weird. They own property, and I had no idea. I just like it was a nice trailer park.
Nice.
And like, so in Colorado,
It had that
trailers are
Osmond
like
quality.
different. Like unless you're in Federal Heights.
Yeah.
But like, there's a town called Tacona, which is like a giant trailer
Right
park.
by Erie.
Yeah, and like it's a big joke because that's one of the only places we get tornadoes.
Yeah.
So it's like the giantest, most classy, like really nice. We're talking like 4 bedrooms. Some of these trailers.
Yeah.
I'm not joking.
No, they're
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
It's a whole different
so-
culture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like bought a really nice trailer in Broomfield, and
You can get them super cheap.
yeah, but I was like, I don't remember exactly. I want to say it was 25 something, like really cheap,
That's
under
not bad.
$3,000.
Yeah, and you can live there.
Yeah.
I mean, you got
And
a
then you
roof
rent
over your
like
head.
the lot for like it was like 180 or some shit.
Oh yeah, that's super cheap.
So
You
the
save
lot is
money.
how you get the water and
Yeah.
power,
Yeah, that's the way to go.
and you rent it from Donnie and Maria.
That's funny.
Yeah,
the
it
was
Mile
fucking
High
weird.
cottages.
I know.
You're contributing to the Osmonds.
It had a park.
Oh wow, a park within a park.
Yeah, a
It's
park
an-
within
It
a
was an
park.
Inception park. You were in a
A
dream.
parkception.
You were asleep the whole time on heroin. And
Well, because we
den
have a lot
somewhere.
of open spaces and a lot of wetlands and
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot of
beautiful,
wetlands.
beautiful place.
I went
where
by
to
I
live.
went by my old trailer park when I went to Loveland, just for nostalgia's sake.
Did you own a trailer or were you just like?
No, when my parents had it.
Okay, yeah.
When I was 11, we went cross country from Florida to Colorado. That's how we ended up.
But when I was
In Loveland.
making this purchase, I totally thought of getting an RV instead because
It's doable. The costs are similar, honestly, because instead of like paying for the lot fee, basically you combine your car and your house payment together, and as long as you don't, if you go and you park in an RV park every night, it's going to cost you more because that's like $30 a night.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Just park in a street where it says no,
well,
where it doesn't
like,
say no
I
overnight,
was
and you're
paying
good to go.
like $900 a month. $900 a month for my 2-bedroom apartment at the time.
And that would be bottom dollar out here. That would be like, oh, that's unreal. That's unreal.
No, like as I'm talking about it, so it's like
Yeah.
it just seemed rational to get
Yeah.
an actual property.
Why not? Yeah, because this is like 3.5 months rent. You own the place.
Yeah.
And you can sell it for $2,000 when you're done, and it's like
And-
getting twice your deposit back.
I gave it to my cousin to sell. I don't know what happened.
Fair enough.
I
fair
came out
enough.
here.
So speaking of irrational, now you're not working a day job anymore.
I don't have a day job.
You're supporting yourself with the writing
I am.
Wow.
And I take
and partying.
and partying. I'm like I take a few party gigs, but I'm getting out of that too. I've started a social club called Women of Power in LA, which we're just gonna throw our own parties, which will be events, but they're all gonna be geared
Now, are
around
men
art.
going to be invited to these?
Absolutely, gentlemen are welcome.
Mm.
I actually have several men that already support my art in general. So I've been getting a collection of patrons in like the tech industry. Some are in politics. Today I was meeting with a person talking about human trafficking. I have a couple people involved in getting against human trafficking. Not
Oh,
like,
good.
Yeah,
not like
yeah.
actually in that
The
trafficking.
pro-human trafficking people,
Yeah, they
not
call
big
them
partiers.
coyotes. They're pros, all right. You know?
No, sorry, I have to be clear. Like some of them are on the the task force and everything.
Oh, good. Very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, everything I'm doing involves. I want to build a community because there's no fucking point to having money. I think there's a point where people get so fucking out of touch. You have so much. What the fuck are you spending it on?
Mm.
Like, I mean, when I was 15, I built an AIDS orphanage for the AIDS orphans in Africa. And when I look at designer shit, because I grew up so poor.
I didn't know that. Well, how did you build an AIDS orphanage?
So in Africa, because of AIDS, the orphans of people who have AIDS, they pull the young girls off the streets that don't result to prostitution because
Right.
they'll just spread the AIDS. The little boys all just hang out in little gangs.
Mhm.
So we built an orphanage, and I helped build the mess hall part. Someone had already built the bedding, and so I helped build the mess hall part. And it was like $3,600 I contributed, which we raised on Krispy Kreme donuts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, again, I started early with the business shit.
Wow.
And so,
And the junk food.
don't be a model, have a brain. All right, anyway. So, and the junk food, 100%. That's why I was so big. I was a big girl. Don't be a model. Being fat is fun. No. So, we started building the orphanage, and it was to house them because they can't eat right away. They'll like puke or they'll spend the money on glue, and so you have to rehabilitate people that are starving that much.
Oh, man.
Anyway, we got far off what I was saying. Oh, but yeah, because when I look at that, so when I look at like fucking people buying like $600 jackets,
Mm.
it makes me mad. You can buy a $600 jacket. I'm not judging you. It's just $600 is someone's rent in LA, and you don't know that.
Well, there's at least this positive thing.
And that's if they're lucky.
People.
Yeah, I was gonna say, whose rent is $600?
Well, when I first moved out here, I lived in a dive in Koreatown for $500.
Nicely done. Yeah, you got.
I had rats on the first floor, but yeah.
You got a knife and some mace with you.
I was on
you're
the
good
second
to go.
floor.
You're good. Hey, sometimes those rats are a nice little snack if you're running low on some.
Dude, across the street.